5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What's good, Council of Comics? Welcome to another edition of Council Conversations. Today I'll be talking about, since I talked about before how I got into comic books. Thank you, Mom. Love you. I want to talk about the first comic shop that I ever went into when I was a kid. That first time of walking into that Grand Palace. What was the name of this Grand Palace? Stick around. We're going to talk about it.
Hey everybody, it's me, Josh, and you're watching the Council of Comics.
So, first, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Can't win the monthly giveaway unless you're subscribed to the channel. All right? Like the video, please. Please. Like the video. Because, you know, it doesn't really matter anyway because the algorithm's a lie. They tell you, oh yeah, just keep posting. It's a lie. It picks who it wants. That's why some of you guys have like thousands and tens of thousands of subscribers, but you only got 100 people watching your video because the algorithm picks what it likes. But anyway, that's a whole nother conversation. And that goes the same for YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff. That's a whole nother video. But anyway.
Before the time of these great platforms, before the internet, before influencers,
I was a young kid who just recently got into comic books by buying books at my local Rite Aid. And my mother graciously bought them. Check out the previous video for that. Thank you, Mom. But now I was into comic books. So I would always get my comic books at Rite Aid. One day, we traveled to the great Plaza, which is Zayre's, which is, some of you would know as Ames Plaza. And that was also the place of ShopRite supermarket, where my mother used to shop every Friday. So we would always drive around and leave. And this is when the Plaza had a back way, so we would take the back way. So it would cause us to go in a square space to leave. So when we leave,
I turned my head one day, and there's this marble comic sign in the corner shop. You know, as you're driving away, you're like, and then you see it, and you don't think you saw what you saw, because you're a kid. You know what I mean? You're running home to probably watch some Transformers, some G.I. Joe, read a couple more of your comics. You don't know, right? So the next time we went to the Plaza, I looked again, and there was that sign. And I looked, and above the door was a sign that said Stonehenge Comics. And I was like, wow, Stonehenge Comics. And I told my parents, I gotta go in there. I gotta go in this place. And they're like, okay.
And so I go in there, and it wasn't a huge place, but as a kid, it was everything. You walk in, this long box area. It had your back bins on your left. It had the counter on the right, and then straight ahead there was a wall of like new books. As far as I can remember right now is what it is. And there were two owners. One of the owners' name was Bart, and for the life of me, I cannot remember the other guy's name. Maybe it'll pop up while I'm doing this video. But I'm friends with his brother as well. We saw each other at Main Street Comics. And I was like, oh, hey, what's up? How's this going? Blah, blah, blah. But I can't remember his name. One was Bart, and I can't remember the other guy's name. I'll probably put it down here or something, right? So I went in, and it just smelled different. I had never smelled the smell before. It was good and bad. I didn't know if that was from the books or from the people. But I went in, and then I saw all my comic books that I wanted to get in one spot.
Because the thing with these Rite Aids and all these other places, they all didn't have the same comic books in one spot. But this place had it all.
And I was just amazed and blown away. And I think my dad bought me a couple comics, met the guys, and left. Now this comic shop put a drive in me like you would not know. So we lived, I would say, about 4 or 5 miles, maybe more. I wonder how many miles that is, but from this comic shop. We used to live on Robinson Avenue, and then we would take 9W all the way up. It would turn to 17K to the plaza. And that's all uphill going there. So, hey.
I got little saved up money. I got a bike. I was on a mission. It was summertime. I got my backpack. Gassing myself up. Oh, we can do this. We can do this.
I got the bike and told my mom.
She's like, all right. Just be safe.
And I went. And it took like, I don't know, it took like an hour. I'm thinking it took like an hour, hour and a half, something on my bike. Like,
just going, because it's all uphill going there. It's all uphill. Just going, it's hot, sweaty.
But then get to the plaza, pull up, leave the bike outside. Hopefully nobody's gonna steal the bike. I didn't think about this back then. We didn't really have to worry about it back then either.
But go inside.
The guy would be surprised, like, hey, what's up?
Just rode my bike up here. I just want to look at your wonderful comics. And I'm like, all right.
And then I would do this like, through the summer, I would do it like once a week. I would bike up there. Because it was just this place that I wanted to be there. I wanted to be in the comic shop. I wanted to be reading comic books. So I would buy a bunch of comic books, because back then they were like $75 $1. So if I had $5, I could get like 5 books. You know what I mean? And this is where I learned about how to get bags and boards, because, you know, I had them from before, but they were just from, I guess, from like garage sales that I had gotten books and stuff like that. But now I could get clean bags and boards, new ones. And I remember that first time coming back, because everything is all downhill.
From there, downhill. Going down 17K, gassed up, get back home, get home, be like, yo, I did it, my guy. I did it.
So then I knew I could do it again. So I kept doing it again and again and again. So I eventually learned first, this is where I first learned of pull lists, where they pull your books and they'll hold them for you. And then you come every week. And
Buy them, but see, Sam didn't have a job. Sam was a kid. Sam was hoping that maybe his parents would be nice enough to buy him some books.
you know what I mean? So I would put mad books on the pull list, and I'd go in and buy what I could. But one day,
the guy's like, yo, you got mad books on your pull list. We need you to pick them up.
when I was in there, so I was like, all right. So I got my dad.
I said, Dad, I got some books that I need to buy, and they're gonna put them back if I don't get them.
And he's like,
all right, let's go.
so he comes with me to Stonehenge and goes in, and then one of the guys pulls out a stack from underneath and plops it like boom. And when it came out to, it was about $25. And my dad looks at me.
He goes, you gotta be kidding me.
And I look at him and I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to have dishonored you in this way. But I love the comic books and I need to read them to further my literacy.
And my dad was tight, but he bought them. And after that, I didn't go crazy with the pull list anymore. After that, it was on, okay, if you want these books, you gotta do chores. And I would do the chores and stuff like that. Like, you should do chores anyway. But he used it as an incentive for me to do more chores. They would give me money, you know what I mean? So, and I would save my little money as a kid. But I remember he was so tight when he saw all those books. Like nowadays, 25 books nowadays for an adult, we're like, whatever, it's mad money, let's go.
But for a kid back then, and the dad, like $25, my guy, $25.
It was a lot. And I love my dad so much for that day. That was one of the best days of my life. That shop eventually moved to, I think, a couple places. They moved all the way down 9W into this other place, which it was darker. It looked nicer, but it wasn't as bright. they moved there, and then I think they moved somewhere else, and then they were just gone, you know. And there were other little spots, but there really hasn't been a comic shop in Newburgh like Stonehenge since Stonehenge, and it's missed. And I would hope one day maybe another comic shop. Don't tell Anthony.
Don't tell Anthony. You know, the owner of Alterniverse. Don't tell him, because Anthony don't like new comic book shops. That's competition. You stay away.
All right, but secretly, I would like another comic shop in Newburgh. Alterniverse 2 in Newburgh? Huh? Can we get it done?
Well, we probably could get it done if the algorithm pushed out the video like it said it was going to push out the video. I mean, you guys are having trouble with that, huh? Putting in a lot of work, huh? Not seeing a lot of views? Not seeing a lot? It's because it's fixed, my friend. It's fixed. Hey, maybe one day the algorithm will pick this up and I'll blast off. And then we'll finally start making some Comic-Con money or something like that. And then we can get Alterniverse 2 in Newburgh going or something, but...
Anyway, I digress. So that was my little story about my first comic book shop, Stonehenge. Brings back a lot of memories.
A lot of memories. Some good, some bad.
But memories nonetheless. All right. What was the first comic shop that you guys visited when you were little? Or maybe it was recent. Let me know in the comments section. All right. And also remember to like and subscribe. You can only win the monthly giveaway if you're subscribed to the channel. How do you do that? You get a duck on one of the live shows, Sundays at 5 p.m., 2 p.m. Pacific, Mondays at 8 p.m., 5 p.m. Pacific, Wednesdays at 8 p.m., 5 p.m. Pacific, and every other Thursday at 7 p.m., 4 p.m. Pacific. That's the only way you're gonna be able to win this. Go back and look at the last New Keys lives at the end of every month and see what we're giving away.
We're not playing any games here. These other guys, they play games. They like to talk about other stuff. But here at the Council of Comics, no, we just want to give you books and we want to share our opinion on stuff. There's no hate here. There's none of that. Yeah, we argue. Sometimes you want to go on the back of a cliff and, come on. But that's out of love. That's family. You know what I mean? That's amongst us. We don't do it to other people. We don't go looking at other people's videos looking for a problem. We don't go hunting for problems, like some of you guys do. And yeah, that's what the algorithm loves. Loves you guys that hunt for problems. But anyway.
Here we're just good, wholesome comic book collecting and stories. Yeah. So, like and subscribe. Love you guys. Be safe out there. God bless you. And I'll see you next time.
Day. Where are the heroes?